Hello and welcome to my channel. Now today I don't have a tutorial for you, but rather I'm going to share a project with you that I recently completed. This week I had a new sofa delivered, and in anticipation of that delivery I decided it was time to update some of the decor in my lounge or my living room. And I came across just a project that I thought I could make on Etsy. It was actually in an advert I saw on YouTube for Etsy, and it was a wall hanging. So I went on to Etsy and I found it, and here is that wall hanging. This was the 2022 grand prize winner in the Etsy Awards for design, and it retailed for over £300 at the time. They eventually made a kit that you could construct it yourself so that you could add as many pieces as you wanted, and you could fill up a whole wall if you so desired. And I think those were somewhere around £40 or that sort of ballpark. But you can get this wall hanging now, the bargain price of £119 and 66 pence, without the little hook at the top there, or you could throw that in and the price would be £123 and 86 pence, which is somewhere around $157. And that is a lot more than I could afford, especially as I had my new sofa. But this design I thought was, a nice contemporary design that would fit my my new decor. And so I set about making my own. And so my Etsy dupe is this. It isn't wood as the original. The original is wood and metal, beads, and it was painted. Mine is all card. And I had even a little hanger there, which I found that I think was maybe a part of a clothes hanger. I think it was a clothes hanger, one of the wooden clothes hangers that was the little bit at the bottom there. So uh, I set about designing this in Canvas Workspace. You could even do this if you wanted to on your machine because it is just basic shapes. And in fact, it was only a very few basic shapes, which I then was able to edit and change into the shapes that you see now here on your screen. I'll show you those now. I started with a circle, oval, and then a quarter of a circle. And I also made a stencil from a rectangle and just put lines. These are very narrow rectangles all down the piece to make a stencil for the inking, which I did here on this oval. There's some here, and I believe there's some here as well. The rest, these black ones, were cut out and then all glued together. This is the original. I made a few minor changes to it, but kept pretty much the spirit of the wall hanging as the original. So that's what it started from. And if I just scroll over, and you can see in a moment, here are all the different shapes that I created. Again, just from these three shapes to create all the wall hanging pieces. It was really easy to do, didn't take very long. What I did is I didn't use wood, of course, but I used what I had, and that was some 300 GSM, just basic white cardstock, which I cut out each of those shapes. I cut them out 4 times, glued them together, and then it made a really, really thick and very strong base for those shapes. And then I overlaid it with the colored card that I cut out as well. So by the end of that, we had 3, 6, 9, 1200 GSM cardstock on the back side, and then on the front, I used 212 American Craft card for the color pieces that you see here in the hanging. Just zoom back in there for you. So these here. And then I just strung them together with a bit of ribbon, very narrow ribbon, and had a bit of this was an old coat hanger, a wooden coat hanger, the bottom half of it. I must have used it for something else at some time, so it came in very handy. And it had holes drilled in, of course, either end, and then all I had to do was put some string. It was like a jute string to hang it, and there you have it. And it didn't cost me anywhere near £300, or indeed even the cost of a kit. I hope you enjoyed my little share with you today. And if you see something that you think you could recreate, I would encourage you to do so, because there is inspiration all around us. It could be, as in my case, an advert which I just happened to come across on YouTube, or it could be something that you see in a magazine, or indeed just wandering through the shops and you see something you think, you know what, I could make that. And I don't even have to pay those prices for it either. And then you have the enjoyment of creating it and making it your own. So I would encourage you to do that, because really everything begins with a basic shape. And you have that at your disposal with your scan and cut. I hope to be back with another tutorial very soon. I have a few ideas in the pipeline, but things are a little bit hectic for me at the moment. So bear with me, and I do hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Please stay safe and be kind to others and to yourself. Bye.